What's going on, guys? Just getting home from work. Had a few minutes. Thought I'd try to record something. Just kind of, you know, that thing I always say. Get out here every day, do a little bit of work. Just try to be more productive and try to do stuff you love. Today, man, it seems like I have no plan going into this. It's almost like I don't. Today we've got an 87 Toyota to get fired up and get ready to pull in the garage. It's been sitting ever since I moved. Hell, it's been sitting, yeah, it's been sitting a while. It really hasn't been touched for a minute now, at least a couple of years. So we drug it from Mom's house. I got it fired up. It was sitting at Mom's house while we were doing the whole moving and all the fun stuff. And then it sat there for another year after that. So it didn't get touched for a while. I actually think it was 2024 that I put it together for Bonnaroo that year. So that'd be 2 years of it being together now, and it's not been, because that was June and this is June, so yeah. Well, at any rate, I know the battery's dead in it. It has a very slow draw, but the 2-year-old Napa battery that's in it won't hold a charge anymore. So we got, as Vice Grip Garage likes to say, we got a little lightning cube here. Got the high-end Rural King unit. So we're gonna go toss that in and see what that looks like. See if we can't make this thing make some noises today. I grab keys? Yes, I grab keys. Cool. All right, let's get after it. Oh, let's see here. Need 1/2 inch, I think. That's a 12. There's a 1/2 inch. Oh. Since the motion in the Bronco video I did was awful, I went and bought a little better tripod. Oh. So we'll just have to see if this works a little better. I'm hoping it does. Yes, I did grab the right wrench. Just get this changed out here. Oh no, that ain't no twerking. There we go. Cheap Amazon Chinese battery. Wow, that's loose too. Oh my god. Okay, so the ground is not really grounded. Boy, that's hard to believe. This thing ran and drove. Here, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm seeing. Check out how loose this ground is. This is crazy. And it's so like these terminals just have this little 14mm nut here, but like, dude, that's nuts. All right. Obviously, there is a lot of wiring cleanup to do on this. It's kind of gross. It was thrown together in a hurry. It does work. I'll just go ahead and take this over here. Oh, oh lordy. Battery tray's a little sideways. Why aren't you in your hole? You too good for your hole? You know, you have a hole. There you go. Intake tube may or may not be completely in the way. Been full of burps lately. I don't know what the deal is. Probably been drinking too many of those rotationally altered sweet teas. Those are really good though. Not sponsored, but man, I could be. Yeah, this doesn't actually have a battery hold down. Ooh, yeah, that felt nice. That's where she goes. So, yeah, no battery hold down, so we may have to come up with something for that in the future. I gotta run grab a wrench real fast. Get that ground a little tighter. Hey, you guys didn't see what I did with my... Whoa, why are you like this? Oh no. Thanks for letting me know where my other wrench was. I was looking for that. Sounded like Steve Zahn there for a minute. Oh no. Oh no. So this must have corrodilated and just become absolutely stuck in here. And now it don't want to tighten and it don't want to loosen. And this little wire, this little ground on top, which I think is for the fans. Fan. It's just wanting to screw itself into Narnia. Oh no. Now the bolt's falling out of the bottom of the battery terminal. And take the wrench. Woo! Yeah, that would be for the fans. Why do you think it did that? Just heard something fall over in there. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully the cats aren't getting out. No? I don't know. Just ghosts. You got the old chassis ground here. You got this ground here for the fans. Fan. A really good friend who has a really good couple of friends, really, that has a 2-year-old. And she loves fans of all shapes and sizes and colors, and she just loves fans. You could say that she is a fan of fans. And every time she sees one, she looks at it, she points, she says, fan. It's just the most cute thing you've ever seen. She's adorable. Alright, now we're making progress. Now we're sucking diesel. Oh, yeah. Those seem more tighter. Let's get this side tightened up now. Why do you think the fan was kicking on there? That was kind of fun. Never seen it do that. It just said, well, I'm gonna turn on for a moment just so you know I work. The unfortunate thing about this is I'm gonna get this thing started. I'm gonna have to come right back out here and unhook one of these battery terminals so that the battery doesn't die. At least until I can get a trickle charger. Boy, there is just a bare wire twisted together to another bare wire down here. I don't even know what that's doing, but it looks like it also goes to the fan controller. It's the yellow wire right here. Who knows? You can tell I worked on this thing. Holy cow. Yeah, we'll have to do a little better in the future. This chassis ground is actually where it's supposed to be, but man, it's a little rough. So that's one of the things we're going to do to this guy, is we're just going to go through all the wiring. We're going to get it all cleaned up, get it looking the way it's supposed to. We're going to get the coils so they're not laying in the valley. They do work that way, believe it or not. You know, the injector resistors that are just chilling out in the open. Got to get all that fixed. I just keep hearing noises behind me. Might be the neighbor cats. It's hard saying. Oh man, I even got an air fuel gauge under here. Well, that's cool. Is it hooked up? It looks like it is. Well, that's also cool. Oh, I know why this is hooked up. I'm just chilling under here. It probably does not work. It's probably unpowered. But this is part of, I probably needed to hook this up because I think it shares the signal with the Megasquirt, which is the new engine controlling unit. And I needed to hook the Megasquirt up so it could see air fuel, and it also needed to be hooked up to the wideband gauge that I'm not using. So we'll eventually get that moved inside. I actually have a cover for this fuse box laying around somewhere that needs to go back on it. All kinds of stuff. Just piles of joy. It looks like the belts are in great shape. One thing I do need to do before we can start this is there is a wide open vacuum port over here. I had put plugs on everything when I first put this guy together, and for whatever reason, that plug and a couple of the other ones just dry rotted like crazy. And like even on this pressure sensor here, this manifold pressure sensor, like the boot on it, just absolutely dry rotted like it caught on fire. Nothing under the hood has gotten that hot, and I don't know what the deal. It just must have been sitting in non-ideal weather conditions wherever it was, because a lot of this rubber just decided to pack up and fall apart. There's also no intake breather, so you can get right to the turb ski. Turbo still spins though, so that's cool. Yeah, there's a lot of little stuff that needs done. The cam towers leak like crazy. Yeah, but it's really fun. I think it's a really cool project, and it's so close to just being to where a guy can hop in it and take it to the ice cream shop whenever he wants. You know what I mean? That's what we're kind of going for here. I want reliability and I want enjoyability, and with it sitting in the weeds, I don't have either. So let's work on that. Let me go see if I can find a vacuum plug for that throttle body real quick, and then maybe a zip tie to keep it on, because as soon as the turbo builds pressure, that'll go thunk. Don't worry about this one being open. That needs to go back to the intake. It's actually supposed to go to that port there. That is for the idle air control. That's where extra air can come into the motor to make it idle. And I just didn't have a tube that was the right size, and didn't really know how to run it and make it look pretty. So something else to work on. But right now, the lack of it starting has really been a hindrance to me getting off of work, coming home, and plugging away at a thing. So let's see if we can't make it do something. Still has brake fluid, still has clutch fluid. That's cool. Let's see if we got any oil in it, or if it all leaked out down the valve cover. It's a real possibility. Oh boy. Somebody put this dipstick just in the worst spot. Oh yeah. Right to the full mark. That's what I'm talking about. And normally a guy would wipe that off and stick it back in there, recheck it, but not today. I feel confident. Yeah, vacuum plug. One moment. Whoa, that's cool. Not what I expected to find, but cool nevertheless. Nevertheless, and I'm dressed for the occasion. It's number 32, not the occasion. Well, maybe Guy doesn't have any vacuum plugs. That would be really unfortunate. I don't even see a tube that's the right size. Okay, let's look on the shelf. I should go stop that recorder. I don't think anybody's going to find my voice entertaining while they're staring at a wall. Ooh, there we go. That'll work. Okay. Just gonna make sure this is the right size. Might be a little small, actually. Shoot. Oh. Nope. That's gonna work. That's totally gonna work. All right. I gotta go find something to block the other end of that with. Ideally, you want to bolt a little bit of a shoulder on it so that when you shove the bolt in there, ooh, that one's a little too large, it just seals up nice and good. All right, little screwdriverage. And I need another hose clamp. Man, it is going to break my heart if I have to send this toolbox back to work. Hose clamp. I know where there's one. It's not going to be fun to get to. Oh man, my wife is going to be home any moment now. I guess we're just going to have to get moving. Now, I bet you're watching me do this stupid thing here and wondering, like, he finally has his truck at his house. and has all his parts at his house, why isn't he fixing that the right way? Well, that is so that you, dear viewer, can follow along and fix it the right way with me. Because either way, it wasn't right. Now it's at least right, and I can start the truck. All right. I'll pause you for a moment. All right. It's got fluids, battery, plugged up. I guess there ain't nothing to it but to do it. I'm sure the neighbors think I'm clinically insane. Just out here by myself, talking to myself. Ooh, clutch is feeling a little mushy today. It's not good. Oh yeah, you hear that? Oh. There's surely, 5 pounds of fuel pressure there. Ah. Okay, so this is an issue I've had before. Wow, that started weirdly well. Got a little bit of idle hunting there. It's idling a little lower than a guy would like. But I think that vacuum leak on the intake's been there for a little while. And I think I may have done some tuning with that vacuum leak in the intake. And I also think it made a good bit of boost with that 3/8 hole in the intake. So I'm kind of concerned now how much boost it's going to make with that plugged. Yeah, I think either the idle air controller isn't quite doing what I'd like it to be doing, or I did some tuning with that vacuum leak very present. Sounds really good though. A little hesitation. You don't like hesitation. It's very cold. I mean, like, very, very cold. Also, throttle return spring would probably go a long way. Not bad. Not bad for sitting for as long as it has. I know it looks bad, but it don't run bad. I would really like to get this thing out of here. What are we doing on the power steering juice? Oh, there's none. That's good. I even had a funnel, and I was able to find my funnel. How crazy is that? So nice. Working at home. Oh man, I even saw a blade of grass fall down in there. Oh, oh. There's so many bubbles. It's It's like actively going. Whoa. It is like bubbling. I wish you could see that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, we're just gonna have to stick the cap back on that real fast. That's fine. I'm sure that's fine. It doesn't help that the reservoir is over here and the pump's over here. And yeah, when the line's about this long and it should be this long, still burping out of there. Let's see if we got some steering juice going. Oh, that pump's angry. Oh, my wife has arrived. Just in time. Well, I guess that's going to do her for today. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Get outside and do something, even if it's wrong.